wiggin' 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 whack.
Digital. What you got? Racks on racks on racks. He got racks on racks on racks. We got racks on racks on racks. Let's go.
Hello, I'm here with Dr. Michael Lynch from the Dave Glover Paranormal Tuesdays and also owner of Paravision Productions. Thank you for coming on, Dr. Lynch.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
First off, I have this pain in the back of my neck. Any advice?
See a chiropractor. I'm not a chiropractor. So,
We're just having some fun.
okay. Or you can use a cold compress. Sometimes heat or massage works. I don't recommend acupressure, but or acupuncture at this juncture. But
I didn't know you were that type of doctor.
we can talk all types, all remedies.
Paranormal Tuesdays, they come on Wednesdays, right?
No, they come on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. In the old days, I would come on like once a week, and they'd rotate me around. And for a long time, I was like on Thursdays. It was like Paranormal Thursdays for like a couple of years. All of a sudden, out of some freak change of the consequence, it turned out to be on a Tuesday. And so so it just became a tagline, Paranormal Tuesday. We'll talk about paranormal stuff on Tuesday, and then became Paranormal Tuesdays.
Excellent.
And then that's how it kind of evolved into the
97.7, that's a Fox News station, right?
97.1 is a Fox affiliate.
What did I say?
97.7, which is not a Fox affiliate. MS Communication was at one time, or they were trying to be a CBS or NBC affiliate, but then I think Fox came in and it was cheaper, and so then they just went ahead and went with the Fox mainstream concepts, So their talk station, 97.1, it's all talk. Basically, it's all politics, or it has a political slant to the whole thing. So it's not really like. It's kind of like that's what the direction they're going.
A lot of people think I hate Fox News, or whatever. I actually really like them because a lot of stations waste time by finding out facts and information.
Right.
Not Fox News, though. They don't waste their time with facts.
No, why waste time when you can just make it up?
Exactly.
And broadcast it as it's real. Yeah.
It's genius, honestly.
It's ingenious, because why pay people who've gone to college, who've gotten degrees in journalism, to ask the right questions, to track down and investigate the facts? Why pay them an absorbent salary of like $50,000 so they can pay back their college tuition or less?
You just get some writers.
And when you just get some comedy writers out of Hollywood who are looking for something anyway, and they just make it up. I saw a video clip just the other day. Jacob, the reporter on Fox News Today here in St. Louis, and his name is. I can't think of his first name, but his last name is Jacob.
Yeah.
And it shows this video clip where he is making up CNN news while he's in Hollywood. And he says he's in Kandahar. And they have these fake air sirens going off and all this other stuff. And it says, Jayco's reporting, the alarm just went off. We're under attack. There's an attack here in the city. And we're, reporting live from Kandahar. And they actually had like ambulance sirens and car sounds in the background. And he was in a vacant parking lot with a big palm tree behind him. And they had made it look like he was in a war zone, or make it sound like he was in a war zone, when he wasn't. And they shot that scene several times. The funniest part about it is after they got the scene pretty well rehearsed, it shows the CNN reporter saying, we're going now to Jayco live in Kandahar, and then you see him going, we're under attack. The air raid sirens have just gone off, and the ambulances are driving, and there's Humvees up and down the middle of the road. It was totally bogus, totally fake, and he's still on news today.
He's probably one of the best anchors they had.
He can ad lib, man. He can make it up as it went along. So why pay people?
He's a good improv actor.
Why pay people for the truth when the fiction is so much easier?
Not issue. Speaking of fiction, Glenn Beck. What's your opinion on Glenn Beck? Fan? Not fan?
Never was a fan. Glenn Beck started out very young. He started out in his 20s. He never went to really any formal radio talk show, DJ stuff. But he was able to reinvent himself as he got older. So in your 20s, all you want to do is, drug, sex, rock and roll, hot women.
That's what I think. When I think of Glenn Beck, drug, sex.
And then you can move into your 30s and you're talking home, family, cars, and insurance policies. Then you get in your 40s, your 50s. Glenn's now in his 50s, and he is now talking like politics and religion, the right to do this, and the rights to do that, and how everyone's against us. And suddenly it becomes super apocalyptic paranoia that he's preaching the new gospel of patriotism, which is almost exactly like what Adolf Hitler did for nationalism during the time in Germany between World War I and World War II.
Did you just compare Glenn Beck to Adolf Hitler?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, more like
it's a compliment. It's almost a compliment.
It's almost a compliment. Adolf Hitler really stole Charlie Chaplin's act and augmented that. So why can't Glenn Beck steal, Goering's act and amplify that and do the same thing? Glenn Beck has not only become fanatical. He's become so fanatically paranoid that he wants to build his own city.
Yeah, I heard that.
And he wants to only have it with real true patriots that make over $20 million and more. And so that they will have no need for a police department, no need for any, because there'll be no crime, of course. This will be a perfect gated community. It's only a gated community, it is an entire city. And then that's how it will work.
No joke, he also said he didn't want a Gap there. Like, I don't know why he has against Gap, but he didn't want a Gap store.
Well, it's too unisex. See, he's living in a quagmire fantasy of women wear dresses, men wear ties, and men are in control. So he's kind of like this Lever to Beaver, but on steroids kind of mentality. And if we don't have that, the world will come to an end. So that's the whole idea. So he doesn't want to have a gap that may promote unisex. So women would wear men's clothes, and guys would be wearing girls' clothes, but they really wouldn't know it because they're unisex clothes.
I never thought of Gap too.
See what I'm saying?
When I think about Glenn Beck is, I'm a big professional wrestling fan.
Oh, yeah.
I like Glenn Beck because I think he plays a character. Like, I like those bad guy wrestlers. Mm-hmm. I don't really think he acts like that in real life. I think he just plays a character on TV, and he got so out of control now he has to live the character.
The persona.
Yeah, like, I seriously doubt anyone can act like that in real life.
Hulk Hogan plays an excellent persona of the wrestler. And then when Hulk Hogan's outside of that role, playing in other roles, he's actually a very likable kind of guy.
Oh, yeah. So he's a Vince McMahon.
Exactly. And in the movie, in the Rocky movie, I forgot what movie it was, which Rocky movie was.
Thunder Lips. He played a guy at Thunder Lips.
Oh, yeah. Hulk Hogan played in Rocky. Yeah. And it shows him in the ring, and they're wrestling around and boxing and all that. Then when it's all said and done, they all like shake hands and say, hey, you're a great guy. So you can see it's almost for show. Now, In ancient Rome, there were two things. There was the gladiatorial games, and there was the theater, which comes out of our theater today, like opera and Shakespeare, and the theater where people are acting and putting on a play. But in the gladiatorial games, it was life or death, and it was audience participation on whether a person lived or died. The audience found it far more fascinating to be able to weigh in on whether someone lives or dies.
Oh, yeah.
In the theater, you just observe something like a movie today, where we're just observers. We're voyeurs of watching the entertainment, spectacular in front of us, the spectacle of lights and sounds and entertainment. So what has happened in today's radio is they don't want the theater. They want the people in the audience participating, saying, he's dead, live or die, down with Obama, Obama's the Antichrist, down with Sarah Palin, or up with Sarah Palin and down with John McCain, or whatever. They want the audience to voice an opinion, no matter how, you might say, limited or baited it may be, just to test the feedback. So let's say I preach something. Okay, I'm preaching something like synthetic oil is better than regular oil for your car. And I preach this for 6 or 7 months. And then I switch. I say something about regular oil. Like regular oil is okay. And then I get the audience to call in and say, no, but you said, for 6 months synthetic oil is good, blah, blah, blah. That's how you test your audience. You've baited them. You fed them information as a bait. They latched onto it. Now they're not going to let go of it. And then when they call back in, mimicking exactly what you told them, you've got them ready to reel in. And that's exactly what Hannity, Glenn Beck, Bill O'Reilly, I go down the list. That's exactly what they do. They want the spectator sport where you feel like you're involved in whether Obama gets reelected or not, or whoever the next president's going to be. And at the same time, they want you to feed back what they've just fed you. And that makes it like a very enriched dialogue. Well, basically, it's all opinions that they have been regurgitating for 6 months. And that's it. So is it art imitating life? Is life imitating art? Is it even a reality at all? Is it just a contrived reality in which the people, like, lend me your ear. If you lend me your ear, I will sell you some good soap. You know what I'm saying? And the more you believe that this soap is good, the better it's going to be. And that's exactly the way that works.
Yeah, actually led to my next question. On your last show, a listener called in and asked if the president, or as she called him, Mr. Bojangles, which is not offensive, I guess, was the Antichrist. She was actually one of your younger listeners. I think she was 82.
Probably that's a mean age for
3-part question.
For Fox News.
Is he the Antichrist? And if not, who is? And why do you think Fox News targets older people and scare them?
They're old, white, and insecure.
I know, but aren't they going to be dead
the
soon,
world is
so
going away.
aren't they going to... don't you want to build a younger fan base that way?
No, they can't, because no one's that dumb. The average IQ level of the 1950s was about an 8th grade education. Well, today, we're looking, if you look at the statistics and facts, we're looking about at a little bit less than a 12th grade education. So I'm talking to someone who's getting out of high school right now. That is the intellectual level of the average listener on Fox News. 90% of them are not well informed. That's the key. And then they're not well respected. And the other thing is, they feel like their world is going away.
Speaking of that, 15 years, do you think Fox News is going to have to change? Because 15 years, most of viewers are going to be dead. All news agencies right now, this is like the pharmaceuticals. I did a show on pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals are dying out. Their time is done. Now it's going to go into genetic medicines. And every time the human condition feels it's slagging on something, they want to tinker with it and create a new
interesting way on fixing something. Instead of letting nature take its course, primarily, in most cases, they want to get in there and tinker with it, thinking that they can rearrange the pattern and make it a little better. Pharmaceuticals are dying out because DNA medicines are getting to be where it's at. We've unraveled the genome. We know what causes a lot of these major problems. Now it's rewriting, through stem cell research, rewriting the information in the cells so when it replicates, when it separates, that you have a better quality replication in all your cells. So you don't get cancer, you don't get MS, you don't get arthritis, you don't get a lot of these other problems that you would normally get with aging. That process slows down. So you may be in very, very good health a lot longer because your DNA is doing it, not some pharmaceutical chemical reaction. You see what I'm saying? This is the way journalism is today. Journalism has gone through every facet. And then when you cut corners and cut back on reporting and cut back on everything else, then what you've done is you try to increase profits. You try to run out the business. So if I take my all beef, 100% beef hot dog and start adding filler to it and removing the beef, then I make profit, but the quality of my product has gotten worse and worse and worse. So pretty soon it will just collapse because you can't fake 100% beef. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're faking 100% beef.
You're Australian.
Pardon?
You're Australian.
And so when adversity you're faking the news, or at least putting such a slant on the news that is unbelievable or unreal, they're going to have to fail. Now, there's two avenues that are great here. Rupert Murdoch and his ilk are dying off. They're going to die off very soon. They will have raped the system enough for you to believe that corporate news agencies, again, the word corporate comes in, are looking out for your best, when actually they're looking out for their stockholders. And the stockholders off of Fox have made millions upon millions of dollars. They're taking very little bit. But what civil rights they damaged and trampled on to make those profits are virtually illegal. You know, they run the gambit of in England where they've invaded people's privacy. They have hacked into cell phones, hacked into computers, broken into people's homes, looking for the next tidbit of news that they can put in big bold, 11-point type on the header of the Sun. So in situations like this, we get news corporations, news agencies that can't fake it. So they have to find something to expose. And what gets people's attention is a scandal, and it could be minutia. It could be. I remember one time, a few years ago, Princess Di supposed to have had liposuction. She didn't have liposuction, but they claimed that she did. And Rupert Murdoch said it's not our position for her to claim she did or didn't. That's for her to prove that we're wrong. And so they ran the story anyway. Well, she didn't have any liposuction. And so they just looked like a big bunch of idiots.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good theory. We say anything, you prove us wrong.
Exactly.
That's awful.
It's up to you. So it's like, okay, you can be a skeptic or you can be a cynic. And in many days right now, it's like the news has become cynical. And they've gotten the whole world behind them. And then, but at the same time, they're saying, prove us wrong. If you're so good at reporting the news or whatever, prove us wrong, and then we'll write an apology or whatever. But
Do they ever do that?
No, Rupert Murdoch, in his last big expose, Rupert Murdoch shut down the entire newspaper, fired, 250 employees in one day, shut down the entire newspaper, declared bankruptcy, and shuffled all the other reporters off to wherever. Most of them were never rehired, so that he could avoid a scandal. So it's cheaper just to shut it down than get sued. Because he would have been wrong. He would have to defend himself and could afford to do it.
It is. I have a question here about the tornado in Oklahoma City.
Yes.
But we don't care about that.
Okay.
More importantly, who is Dave Glover, and does he have anything to do with Danny Glover?
No, Danny Glover is a movie star.
Yeah.
And he's also African American, black.
So Dave Glover doesn't know anything about the upcoming Lethal Weapon sequel.
No. So Dave Glover is a short, white, Scottish person who's bald, and
It could be adopted. It could be adopted.
I don't think so.
Have you ever asked him if he related to Danny Glover?
No, yeah, I know, but a lot of people get them confused, but they're not.
They do look similar.
Well, maybe, but yeah, no. Dave Glover is a lawyer, was a lawyer, a divorce attorney, and then he got tired of doing that. And then he went into radio, thinking that radio would pave his way to fame and glory.
Seems like a nice guy. And finally, besides Kesha, who are some others who helped you on your way to the top? You know who Kesha is, right?
Kesha. Is he like Flo Rida? Is he like
K-E, it's a woman.
Oh, no.
K-E $H-A.
No, I don't know who Kesha is. She must have eluded me in my...
She's the next John Lennon. You know who John Lennon is, right?
One more John Lennon?
Yeah, you know John Lennon,
I
right?
think he's dead now.
Yeah. She's better than him.
I don't know about that.
Well,
That's debatable.
look her up.
Oh.
Besides Kesha, who are some other ones who helped you on your way to the top? To the tippy top.
I don't know. There have been so many that have held their hand and given me the royal blessing. The Pope and King of Jordan.
Kesha is higher than both.
Well, that's what she said.
You never met Kesha?
Who's the other guy running around town? Not to descend.
Some changes?
No. Oh, no, I don't know. There have been so many, have given me advice along the way. Of course, I ignored it all and made my own path, so I could blaze my own trail.
You know who else did that?
Catch it.
Kesha.
Okay. I'll believe that.
Well, thanks for coming on,
Hey,
Doctor.
thank you very much. Yeah.
Dr. Lynch, he's going to play around Joshua Tribute. That will be on next week's show. And that's it.
In the great book of John, you're warned.
Is this the end for Donatello?
Eat this, turtle breath.
Got a pizza instead? Coming right up.
It's the Turtles' motorized pizza thrower.
They're having a party.
Oh, no. Bebop and Rocksteady in the Flying Foot Cruiser. Looks like they've got an eye on our boys.
Hey, these dudes are a real pushover.
Michelangelo to the rescue in the party wagon.
We'll show these hairballs how to party. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Only from Krona.
I saw a friend today, it had been a while, and we forgot each other's names. But it didn't matter, 'cause deep inside, the feeling still remained the same. We talked of knowing one before you've met, and how you feel more than you see, and other worlds that lie in spaces in between, and angels you can see, and all the faces that I know have that same familiar glow. I think I must have known them somewhere once before, all the faces that I know. Faces we see each and every day. When I get home at night, you You're the face I need. And when my mind's absorbed on my private little screen, and I'm walking blind through a sea of unknown men, I hear a voice reminding there across the street walks an old forgotten friend. And we don't have to say a word, it's really better left unsaid. Just lights through eyes that recognize all the faces that I know, all the faces that I know, and all the faces we see each and every day. When I get home at night, you're the face I need. When I get home at night, you're the only face I need.
Welcome back to the International Turtle Games. Today's winners are, in the hammer throw, track and field Leo. Next, it's Hot Dog and Mike tearing up the slopes. At the pool, Super Swimming Rod is making everybody else look all wet. And Powerlifting Don is making those weights fly. Look out! Hope the Turtle Games were as much fun for you as they were for me.
Red wine.
Who gives a...
Bam! This is Mark Pruder with the St. Louis Comedy Connection. 314-216-1961. A big elephant. CNN. Masturbation time.
More.
Happy Gilmore. True.
Hey, I want to see you dance like them girls in that tip drill video.
Hey, let me see you get loose. Get loose.
It's been a hard day's night.
Ah!